Based on statistics, the percentage of the world's population holding more than 500 XRP coins falls within the range of 0.007%. And that's about 500,000 out of the 8 billion people in the world. And even though the company behind XRP had earlier hinted that it plans to work in tandem with the oldest known form of cross-border transaction settlement protocols, SWIFT, we all know that's most likely not going to be the case. Moving on to the ongoing court trial between Ripple Labs and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, is Ripple winning in this legal tussle with the SEC? Is the SEC ready for this lawsuit? Or was the litigation based merely on prejudice on the part of the regulatory arm of the United States government? If this is your first time on the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. Don't forget you can join our free Discord group via the link in the description for daily signals and a community of like-minded traders and investors. And now you can also support us on Patreon. We have several packages you can choose from according to your particular investment needs, and we have a special offer for our first 100 members, only $9.99 for VIP access on Discord, which gives you exclusive benefits far beyond the free features. Be sure to check out the links in the video description and the pinned comment. Before we start today's video, I'd like to know your thoughts regarding the proceedings between Ripple and the SEC. Let us know your thoughts regarding that in the comment section below. Currently, the entire cryptocurrency market is in the red zone. And as we all already know, that Elon Musk's tweets alongside China's crackdown on crypto mining from a few weeks back are the two activators to the recent bearish trend. Elon Musk had talked about the enormous amount of energy needed to mine a single Bitcoin, while revealing that his company Tesla has suspended vehicle purchases using Bitcoin, citing concerns about the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining and transactions, especially coal. He had also tweeted that the energy usage trend over the past few months is insane. XRP's mainstream adoption is not debatable at this point, and even Ripple's CEO cannot specify how big this platform would go. But once all of its partnerships and utilities take flight, rest assured this coin is reaching for the skies. Its basis on the emerging blockchain technology, slated especially to facilitate the processes involved in the traditional banking system, allows this token to fuse the utility of the old ways into a decentralized and more seamless gross payment ecosystem. Critics and enthusiasts from around the globe continue to keep grim faces to the United States' stringent regulatory laws. However, some senior citizens in the crypto sphere, CEOs and founders of companies, note that there was no need to stay in a jurisdiction where they would be prone to be inundated by court filings from the SEC. On December 22nd, the SEC filed the class action lawsuit against Ripple and its two top executives, while alleging that the company's XRP cryptocurrency was sold as unregistered securities worth $1.3 billion. A claim that the fintech startup denies, clarifying that XRP is an asset, a digital currency, like every other cryptocurrency, and not a security. A few months into the lawsuit, Ripple filed a motion requesting the SEC's internal documentation on how it classifies other assets within the same asset class as XRP, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. In this tweet from John Deaton, who shared a post from Jeremy Hogan, another XRP supporter, he stated, referring to those documents, "Of course they're relevant. If they weren't, the SEC wouldn't be so worried about it. They also don't want the internal debate about XRP being released. I will let Attorney Jeremy explain it in more detail if he so desires. He's better at succinct, clear explanations than me." And going over to Attorney Jeremy Hogan's tweet, he asserts, "Now we know exactly what documents the SEC is nervous about Ripple seeing. SEC, the requested Bitcoin and Ether documents are not relevant. Translation, the Bitcoin Ether docs are not only relevant, but probably damning. Guaranteed." Now, all of that happened a few months back. Essentially, what's been happening is that Ripple won the rights to review these documents. However, the SEC won't budge, even after Judge Sarah Nedburn had persistently urged them to do so. First, the SEC had said that the requested Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP documents are not relevant to the case. And now their argument is that it would require a lot of documents and time to prepare documentation of such magnitude. Hence, they requested that the court grant them an extra 2 months from now to produce the internal documents requested. A letter put forth by the Commission to the court on Friday the 18th of June reads, "The SEC is in the process of reviewing tens of thousands of internal SEC documents for responsiveness and privilege, and speaking to more than a dozen current and former SEC employees to identify the universe of potentially responsive documents." As part of these efforts, the SEC has met and conferred with defendants repeatedly, including to parry baseless demands by defendants that the SEC provide a step-by-step narrative of each of its document-gathering efforts. But this review takes time, not only because of the breadth of the discovery requested, but also because making careful, good-faith determinations of applicable privileges, as is required in these circumstances, is a sensitive, time-consuming endeavor. In short, the SEC has devoted significant resources to identifying, reviewing, logging, and producing documents as required by the orders and will continue to comply with the orders. So now they have to divulge an enormous number of emails and internal documents about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP by mid-August. In other news, according to Kraken CEO Jesse Powell, the crypto trading platform might have to move its base out of the US. In his words, the chief pioneer of the Kraken exchange platform, in an interview with Liz Klayman, the anchor of the Fox Business show Countdown, had said, "I think it's still on the table whether we stay a US company," adding that we may be forced out of the country by over-regulation. According to Powell, these thoughts have been fueled by the United States' unclear regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. Powell goes on to assert that his San Francisco headquartered company, one of the earliest of its kind, would most likely leave the country given this. Established back in 2011, at a time when cryptocurrency adoption was still minimal, Powell suddenly hinted about the disadvantages that would befall the entire US populace, as well as its corresponding crypto ecosystem, given a move such as this coming into fruition. The CEO said that the company might go public somewhere between the third and fourth quarters of 2022. Thus, plans to possibly give up its San Francisco office before that time are underway. Powell's comments were disclosed following the firm's adoption of a no-headquarter and a fully digitized exchange trading platform. These comments are also in line with statements made by Ripple's CEO from late last year, noting that the company had these plans despite having several licenses in various jurisdictions around the globe. And when asked about a possible location should the company decide to have one, Powell was delighted to talk about Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United Arab Emirates, given the region's more flexible laws on crypto, as the CEO commended the extremely robust regulatory laws of Tokyo and the UK, just as he praised the UAE on the grounds of a more friendly business zone for crypto firms. Jesse Powell, as we mentioned, is not the only CEO with plans to relocate out of the country. As Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, said during an interview on Axios on HBO, the United States is the only country on the planet that has suggested that XRP is a security. Garlinghouse further hinted that the $10 billion company does not intend to evade US regulation. Nonetheless, a lack of regulatory clarity would be the driving force that eventually compels them out of the country, adding that this isn't just bad for Ripple, and it's bad for crypto broadly here in the United States. It's driving that entrepreneurial activity outside the United States. He goes on to indicate that Ripple abides by and supports critical laws, including the Bank Secrecy Act as well as anti-money laundering rules. "We really need to treat this as a national security issue and national economic issue," Powell said of US cryptocurrency regulation. "We could fall behind by shooting ourselves in the foot." Apparently, Ripple is far from alone in this quest to garner regulatory clarity within the US. However, while both crypto firms share a similar aim, their modus operandi for achieving these objectives differs entirely. As Kraken is looking to adopt a no-headquarter strategy, Ripple has inadvertently hinted that Japan, the United Kingdom, Singapore, and Switzerland are possible destinations for the next Ripple headquarters. And that is, of course, should the company eventually leave its home country. Thank you for watching today's video. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. Remember to check out our Patreon and our free Discord group via the links in the description. And if you have any questions or comments, let us know. We'll see you next time.
Hollywood Carson.